Morning, everyone. I hope everybody's doing okay. This is just a little bit of about going out shopping as a partially blind person. I'm still shaking at the moment. I've just come back in from doing some shopping. I don't really do a great lot, to be fair. Obviously, us visually impaired people, we have to pick the products up that we're wanting to see if it's the exact products that we need, and we can't do this because if we touch it, you've got to buy it, and this causes major anxiety. And I noticed in the co-op this morning there was a one way system, and so you can't just keep wandering up and down the aisles to see what you want. I mean, since I've lost a lot of my sight, obviously I haven't got the ability to go into a shop and think, right, let's just have a scan round. Oh yeah, there's some bread there. So because of I had eyesight before, I knew that if there was bread there, there'd be biscuits probably and that kind of stuff. So I thought, if you want biscuits, I think head for the bread, and you're not going to be far off, and maybe the chocolate might be there. But I've lost that ability now, and it's very anxious times. And yes, people will help you. Absolutely. I mean, a guy today, I says, "Are we on the right aisle for the toothpaste and stuff?" And he says, "Yeah." I says, "Can you point to? I don't need to touch it, but can you point to the toothpaste area so I can then get close enough without touching it to see if I can try and find what I want?" And of course, when I go shopping, it's like life's a box of chocolates. It's like Forrest Gump. Nobody knows what I'm going to come home with because I just pick stuff up, open and praying it's the right thing. And of course the social distancing. I've got no depth of field now of vision, and I don't know if they're 6 foot in front of me or 10 foot in front of me. Um, and I'm surprised how many people out there just don't seem to observe this social distancing. You know what I mean? And I find myself forever looking round to see if there's anybody stood right behind me, and it's quite anxious times, isn't it? And anxious for everybody. And I have my gloves on, I have my mask on. You don't know what to touch and what not to touch. It's and it makes it double harder if you can't see properly, and of course they've got stuff saying, telling you what to do, but it's all wrote down. Well, it's all right if you can read it, you know what's going off, but I mean, I'm lucky that I'm confident enough to ask people stuff, but there's a lot of disabled, visually impaired people out there haven't got the confidence enough to ask people, and well, I don't know what they're doing. They must be just, well, I don't know, crawled in under a rock. I mean, I had a message from a good friend of mine the other day, a visually impaired person, and she says, oh, well, I phoned her up and she didn't answer, but she texted me after she'd got her phone on charge, and we was talking to each other via text, and she says, her and me have come such a long way in this short distance of time of our visual impairment, and we got a confidence. We were gaining his confidence. We was going out. We was able to go out on his own, catch public transport, interact and engage with people. Whereas now, this 2 months of not being out and engaging with people, she was kind of concerned that all the good work that she had done and I had done really was going to go down the pan, and I said to her, I says, well, hopefully when all this is over, we shall regain this confidence in going back out into the wide society, and it's just crazy times. And anyway, I thought I'd just check in with you all, guys, and hope you're doing well. Speak to you soon. Cheers.